things work for our good, though sometimes we don't see how they could. Struggles that break our hearts in two sometimes blind us to the truth. Our Father knows what's best for us. His ways are not our own. So when your pathway grows dim and you just don't see him, remember you're never alone. God is too wise to be mistaken, and God is too good to be unkind. So when you don't understand, when you don't see his plan, and when you can't trace his hand, trust his heart. He sees the master plan, and he holds the future in his hands. So don't live as those who have no hope. All our hope is found in him. We see the present clearly, but he sees the first and last. And like a tapestry, he's weaving you and me to someday be just like him. Oh, God is too wise to be mistaken, and God is too good to be unkind. So when you don't understand, when you don't see his plan, and when you can't trace his hand, trust his heart. He alone is faithful and true, and he alone knows what is best for you. God is too wise to be mistaken, and God is too good to be unkind. So when you don't understand, when you don't see his plan, and when you can't trace his hand, trust his heart. When you don't understand, and when you don't see his plan, and when you can't trace his hand, trust his heart. Though sometimes we don't see how they could, struggles that break our hearts in two, sometimes blind us to the truth. Our Father knows what's best for us. His ways are not our own. So when your pathway grows dim and you just don't see him, remember you're never alone. God is too wise to be mistaken, and God is too good to be unkind. So when you don't understand, when you don't see his plan, and when you can't trace his hand, trust his heart. He sees the master plan, and he holds the future in his hands. So don't live as those who have no hope. All our hope is found in him. We see the present clearly, but he sees the first and last. And like a tapestry, he's weaving you and me to someday be just like him. Oh, God is too wise to be mistaken, and God is too good to be unkind. So when you don't understand, when you don't see his plan, and when you can't trace his hand, trust his heart. He alone is faithful and true, and he alone knows what is best for you. God is too wise to be mistaken, and God is too good to be unkind. So when you don't understand, when you don't see his plan, and when you can't trace his hand, trust his heart. When you don't understand, and when you don't see his plan, and when you can't trace his hand, trust his heart.
Father, we believe in your promise.
I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands from the moment that I wake up until I lay my head. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice, yes. You've led me through the fire in darkest nights. You were close like no other. Said I've known you like a father. I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. Oh, yes. All my life you have been faithful, yes. All my life you have been so, so good. Every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. Oh, yeah. All my life you have been faithful. Yes, you have. All my life you have been so, so good. Every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been so faithful, faithful, faithful. Yeah. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Oh, I want to sing of your goodness to everyone. Sing of the goodness of God. Ooh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
And that was my good friend and sister. We laid her to rest today. It's Kay Allen. We laid her to rest today. Today was the day that we had to say our final goodbyes to her body. And, yep, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But we were able to get through with it. In Jesus' name. And that song by Kay is her testimony. That song by Kay is her testimony of the goodness of God in her life. You know, there's a part of that song that there's a part of that song when we reach the part where it says, there's a part of that song that says, I know your voice. You have led me through the fire. In darkest nights, you are close like no other. Because I know you as a father. I know you as a friend. See that song, that part of that song? It's very important to know God as your father and as your friend. Because there's come a time, you know, when people who are closest to you, people who appeared to be your friend. Let me tell you something. There are people who come into people's lives to really teach them how to love. And there are people who come into your life for you to teach them what is love. Let's say that again. There are people who come into your life. God allow people to come into your life to teach you how to love. And there are people who come into your life for you to show them what is love. You understand? And in this life that we live in, there are people, you know, I always hear my friend, my good friend say this to me. And I sometimes would disagree with him. But on this occasion, I agree with him fully when he says that a giver have no limits, you know. A giver only know to give. A taker have no limit either. So there are some takers who will just take and take and take and will never say, it's okay, I'm all right, thanks, it's all right. No, they will take and take and take. And a giver will give and give and give. But you have to know a balance. You have to have a balance. You have to have a balance. You have to have a balance. And I sit here this evening to say to you, you don't know when you're going to die. None of us know when we're going to die. None. We may think we know. Some people might get vibes. You ever seen it here? Some people get vibes. Right? And there are some people, they're not aware of themselves. You know, there are some people like that, right? You know, there are people who walk in this earth totally unaware of themselves, of who they are, what they are, what they were placed on this earth for. There are people like that. And there are some people who are totally aware of who they are, what they are here to do, why they're doing, what they're doing, and they know They know. They're comfortable in their skin. There are some people who are just comfortable in their skin, and there's nothing really you could say or do to faze them. Because why? They are comfortable in who they are, what they're here to do, why they're doing it, and how long they're here to do it. You know, that kind of, you may not know that kind of person, or you may not be aware of that kind of person, but tonight I just want to ask you to get in that zone. Because there are some people will come into your life to destroy your mind, your heart, and your spirit. There are some people only care about themselves and nobody else. And that's a fact. There are some people who don't care about anybody but only themselves and what they could get and how long they could get it for. They are only concerned about the self and how much they could get. And when they get it and they believe that they can't get no more, they throw you in the bamboo, or they throw you away, or they block you. They don't call you. They don't care how you feel. There are people like that on this earth. Trust me, I know. I've been through it. I feel it. I see it. I experience it. Where there are some people they only care about themselves and what they could get from you. Facts. And if you haven't been through it as yet, trust me, you haven't lived as yet. Because you see, those persons who come into your life and do things like that, where they just gravitous, as the makers does say, and they just love to get things that make them comfortable and happy. They don't care about you, you know. They don't care about your peace and your joy and your they don't even ask you. They don't care about how you feel, you know. See people like that? They would teach you something. Right? They will teach you something. You know what they will teach you? They'll teach you that while you are busy being so concerned about them, and when they walk away and they block you, they don't call you, they're totally unconcerned or care about you. You know that would teach you that you need to take care of yourself. You need to be more concerned about you. But there are some people who believe that they can balance it. You know, they can push energies into helping other persons and strategically positioning other persons, and also make sure that they're in check. Let me tell you something. This evening, those of you listening on the live. Life has taught me that you see all the energy that you push to ensure that this person comfortable and happy and at a place. And you do neglect certain aspects and things about you. And it's important that you take a step back and you look at you. Place, you see the same energy that you're putting to motivate, help, encourage, feed, help look for work. All these things that people do for people. And then you know what they do? They turn around, they slap you in your face, and they pretend as though whatever you did, you had to do it for me. You ever meet anybody like that? If you ever meet anybody like that, say yes on the live. Say yes on the live. Drum.
Yes, they live to fight.
Hey.
Feel that might is right. But also meant to build their own statue. On peoples that hide themselves that urge. Humility is the greatest virtue. So let them brag and boast. The last shall be first. For all who feel the Almighty was so big and powerful, calling themselves majesty. Every knee shall bow. God alone is, He alone is, the one and only. To Him alone I bow. So whether you are ruler, Pharaoh, Caliph, or Lord, somewhere, somehow, every knee shall bow. Turn the other cheek. Only the Almighty that they obey. See them sell their soul for silver and gold. Their fortune keeps mounting like a tower. They don't know the meaning of enough. They like to equate money with power. But things material rust, crumble into dust. For all who feel the Almighty, important and powerful, christen themselves majesty. Every knee shall bow. Jehovah alone is Almighty. He alone is the one and only. To Him only I bow. Whether you have millions, billions, zillions, or none, somewhere, somehow, every knee shall bow. Why not crucify you? Oh yeah, for I await the rolling thunder, to hear cymbals clash and trumpets blow. I believe wrongdoers will go under, like so long ago, back in Jericho. I wonder how our leaders sleep at night. Do they ever dream while poor people scream? The same ones who say they'll put the wrong things right, once they reach on top, become more corrupt. To the grassroots cries become unconscious, while family and friends they patronize.
So you know, there's a saying where Jesus said to love yourself.
Wash their hands like unshot.
I just want to leave this with you. You know, while Jesus didn't exactly say love yourself as a statement, command, He did state it, love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. So if I love my neighbor are not taking care of me, if I love my neighbor, the same effort and energy and strength that you will go to your way to help people, Jesus said, do it for you too. Do it for yourself. And there's a reason why I am telling you this, you know. You see, for a while now, I've been observing some of my friends, and I've been observing certain things in life. You'll go out of your way. Some people genuinely want the best for some people, you know. And there are some people who don't care. They don't. And you have to recognize and know and see it for what it is. Right?
Collapse and fell, tell them all who feel the Almighty, all conquering and powerful, who from their self-majesty, every knee shall bow, Yahweh, omnipotent, Lion of Judah.
Take care of yourself.
To him only I bow.
Let me tell you this quickly. My friend Kay has been laid to rest. If you ask Kay to come and sing in a doubles, on that double stand, she coming. If you ask Kay to come and wherever you ask Kay to go, Kay will go. But you know what? Some people will not do the same for her. It's a fact. Right? So, lesson learned. Be very careful. Be very aware. Be very, very aware, my friends, of people who use people for convenience. Very aware of them. They are only around you for what they can get. Cool? Be very aware of them. Very aware of them. Be aware of the joy killers. People who don't want to see you happy. Be aware of them. And also, be aware of people who genuinely want your love and support. Be aware of them also. All right? Be aware of them also. God is good. We are still in the land of the living. Right? We are still here. We are still here. We can encourage each other. We can support each other. And let me tell you this. I want to publicly thank all of you who take the time out of your busy schedule, right, to be on with me. To be on with me. You all could have been doing plenty other things. But you take time out to be on with me. You know, that some of you will send me messages. Pastor Google, you put here behind your crooked. It's not straight. Some people will say, Pastor Google, you repeat yourself too much. Some people would say, Pastor Google, excellent show. We appreciate at least the fact that you would come on and share with us. Someone is saying something on YouTube. What, Pastor Google? What? YouTube volume low. That's strange. That's very strange. I don't know. I'm telling you, only I need, you see, when you all calling, right, or when you all messaging me, and you're telling me that the volume is very low, or you're telling me whatever. I can't fix it because I'm using a system that needs to be fixed. I need to upgrade. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, your mic mute on YouTube, especially not hearing anything at all. Are you seeing your mouth moving? Check it out on YouTube. At least I don't know if Facebook. If Facebook is okay, but yeah, I'm not hearing it at all on YouTube.
But then
it just cut off. It was going good all the time, and then it just went like silent.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's because of the system. The system is giving. I need a laptop, really. That's really it. I don't know what to do for that. I can't do anything for that. I don't know what's going on. All right. I'm seeing 305 persons on YouTube right now, and they're saying no volume. I don't know what to do. I was on just now. As you see, I haven't touched anything, so I don't know what is causing that. Right, and that's why I keep saying to persons that I need to get a laptop. People think that is a joke, or maybe think that I just making excuse. But when you came on, everybody was hearing me. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know why you're not hearing me now.
All right. Anyhow, we'll talk to you.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Yeah. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. That was just for about less than a minute. That was a while ago. Right? So that overcome that long time. So those messages that come long, that didn't stay for a minute or two, that just stayed for a couple, less than half a minute, 45, less than a minute. I don't know if it's something you was playing with on the side there because we saw your hand movement.
No. Whatever I was doing there, that's the song I put on a song to play. That has nothing to do with it.
Whenever you put on the song, if you had to raise the volume on the song or whatever you're doing, sometimes interferes, because I noticed that last night. Sometimes interferes with your volume. Sometimes you might try to load up that volume and your volume end up loading down instead of the volume on the song that you play.
Okay, if you say so, I hear you.
Right?
All right.
So, that's the issue then. All right, good night.
Yeah. Hello, good evening.
Pastor Google, good night.
Hi.
We are not hearing you on YouTube. No volume on YouTube. You are very, very low.
Well, there are some people are saying that they're hearing me now.
Very, very, very low.
Somebody, I'm reading, but I'm reading the messages on YouTube here in front of me. Somebody is saying the volume is very, somebody's saying I'm hearing good on YouTube. All right, somebody is saying they cannot see. I don't know what you mean you can't see. I don't know.
Now I'm trying to hear what you
refresh your page. Refresh your page again.
I'll try it and see.
Okay.
I'll try it and see.
Okay, thank you. All right. So I don't know. I really don't know. That's why when people keep saying, and I keep telling people, it's not just. It's I need to get a laptop. That is really it, I don't know what to do again. I don't know. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, I raised my volume max on the TV and I hear it good.
Okay.
But I know if it come back to normal, my neighbors want to know if I'm going mad because it will be very loud.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I raised the volume max on the TV and hear it properly.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man. All right. So he's saying that he raised his volume on max. I don't know.
Pastor Google, and no matter what you do, you cannot win these people in court no more, And you know why? Everyone is for them. It's no law in Trinidad for the other race of people again. No law. It's a law in this country for one race alone. I'm not calling no name.
All right. So I don't really need to.
You know it will happen.
All right. All right. So here what? There's only one thing I could try and do now. All right. So here what I'll have to do. Those of you on YouTube. All right. I'll have to end the live. Right? I'll have to end the live. So it's either two things. Well, it's only one thing I could do really, right? People on Facebook saying we have no problems on Facebook. The audio is low on YouTube, right? And they're saying that they're hearing good on Facebook. So there's only one thing I can do. Right? Somebody said I cannot hear anything. Okay. So here what I'll have to do. You know what? I want to check it and see. Because I want to check it on my end and see how it's sounding. All right? Yeah, that's what I have to do. But in the meanwhile, the only other best thing I can do, I can tell all you right now, is either I end the live, but we start. End the live, but we start. No, but I hear it, that what I'm playing there is what you're actually hearing. Nah, man. I don't know what to say. Because I'm playing it back for you from on YouTube. Nah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Because what you just heard there is the live on YouTube. So those of you who are listening on Facebook and those of you saying no problem on YouTube by me, all right? Now we're hearing, you're hearing, I don't understand. But what I just played there is the live on YouTube, right? So I don't know. Listen to YouTube again. All right? Somebody's calling. Hi, good evening.
Yes, Pastor. Everything is good now. Hearing you good now. YouTube hearing good. Everything is fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Very.
I don't know. I really don't know. As I'm telling you all, I need a laptop, but I don't think you all understanding that. All right? I don't think you all understanding that I really need a laptop. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell all of that, but some people feel I'm making fuss or joking. No, the reality is that I need a laptop. Yeah. That's the truth. All right? So I don't know. Somebody saying volume is much better on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But, okay. You know. All right. So, good evening again to everybody. Right. All right. Somebody said that there is a volume on 60 and they hear me loud and clear. All right. Okay, so I think we can move on from that now. I believe we can move on from that now. All right? I think I can move on. You all think I can move on from that now? All right, so I can't listen to any voice notes. So if you're sending me a voice note, you know I can't listen no voice note right now because I'm live. All right? So what are some of the things I wanted to talk about this evening? What are some of the things I wanted to talk about this evening? So, this evening, several things would have taken place. Some things were discussed, some things were put in the public domain, and I wanted to touch on some of those things this evening. Yep. What am I talking about? All right, so I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So, today, the opposition had a press conference, which I attended. And there were some things that was discussed at the press conference, and I want to highlight. I also want to touch on some things that was in the news this evening. All right? So we're going with the test now to see. We're going with a test to see how much you all are hearing. So I want to play for you this video by the Honorable Stuart Young. All right? I want to to play this video for you guys by Member of Parliament, Mr. Young. Come on. Okay. Right. I want to know what's going on there because I know I set up my thing nice today. No drama today. You're supposed to be hearing code today. All right. So let's listen to a contribution made by Minister Young, Member of Parliament for Prime Minister Young on a matter that I think is of public importance. All right, so take a listen. Take a listen. You see, it's a good thing I check. Take a listen. Those of you on Facebook and those of you on YouTube. All right?
The other matter that I've come here today to deal with was raised by the Prime Minister in yesterday's debate in as Building 13. The concept for Building 13 at the time was conceptualized under the previous administration with me as the Minister of National Security, but sitting down with the then Commissioner of Police, Griffith, the then Chief of Defence Staff, who's still the Chief of Defence Staff, the head of the SSA, and the Commissioner of Prisons. And at the time, the same thing you're hearing the government complain of today, with these nefarious leaders, and that they were meeting together in yards, etc., there was a need to separate them. And Building 13 was identified because it was empty, it was sterilized, all that needed to be put in was put in. Because one must always understand, it is the prison service in charge of the prisons. A minister can give policy direction. A minister can ask for things to be done. So can a commissioner of police. But it is up to the prison service to implement. Building 13 was introduced. It had a concept of utilizing defense force personnel on rotation, masked, as well as police on rotation masked. So at no point in time could the prisoners know who they were, and they were rotated so no relationships could be formed, and a prison officer, because prisons are under the control of the prison officers. And it worked. Unfortunately, as I said, all a government can do is introduce policy. And again, within a matter of a week or 2 weeks of utilizing it, the government received pre-action protocol letters from those who were incarcerated in Building 13, saying that their rights were being infringed and there was solitary confinement, which went nowhere, because at the time, it was properly carried out. So, it is very, very fictitious for the Prime Minister to come and say what she did yesterday, but I am sure that if you go to the Commissioner of Police at the time, he will tell you much more on what it was, the concept of Building 13, and how successful it was, until, unfortunately, those in charge of the prisons decided to do otherwise. The other matter that I've come here today to deal with was raised by the Prime Minister in yesterday's debate in as Building 13. The concept for Building 13 at the time was conceptualized under the previous administration with me as the Minister of National Security, but sitting down with the then Commissioner of Police, Griffith, the then Chief of Defence Staff, who's still the Chief of Defence Staff, the head of the SSA, and the Commissioner of Prisons. And at the time, the same thing you're hearing the government complain of today, with these nefarious leaders, and that they were meeting together in yards, etc., there was a need to separate them. And Building 13 was identified because it was empty, it was sterilized, all that needed to be put in was put in. Because one must always understand, it is the prison service in charge of the prisons. A minister can give policy direction. A minister can ask for things to be done. So can a commissioner of police. But it is up to the prison service to implement. Building 13 was introduced. It had a concept of utilizing defense force personnel on rotation, masked, as well as police on rotation masked. So at no point in time could the prisoners know who they were, and they were rotated so no relationships could be formed, and a prison officer, because prisons are under the control of the prison officers. And it worked. Unfortunately, as I said, all a government can do is introduce policy. And again, within a matter of a week or 2 weeks of utilizing it, the government received pre-action protocol letters from those who were incarcerated in Building 13, saying that their rights were being infringed and there was solitary confinement, which went nowhere, because at the time, it was properly carried out. So, it is very, very fictitious for the Prime Minister to come and say what she did yesterday, but I am sure that if you go to the Commissioner of Police at the time, he will tell you much more on what it was, the concept of Building 13, and how successful it was, until, unfortunately, those in charge of the prisons decided to do otherwise.
Right. Did you all hear what Member of Parliament, what short you had to say? I didn't see anybody tell me yes or no, or if it's sounding good, if you're not hearing it. Somebody say, I am hearing yes. All right, so we in the mix. So in the press conference today, Minister Young would have dealt with that issue. Because apparently the government is trying to paint a picture now. They're trying to paint a picture. And I just really hope that you all are making yourself aware and accurate with what is being said, what is the truth, and what is fake. It's important that you make yourself aware of what is real and what is fake. You need to turn up your device. Whoever is on YouTube, you need to turn, because somebody on YouTube is saying volume, please. You need to turn up your device. There's nothing I could do again. I am doing my best. So if you're now joining me on YouTube and you want volume, you need to raise your volume. I can't do anything again on my end. All right? Can't do anything again on my end. Right? I'm always strangely surprised when persons are asking me to raise the volume. As I said just now, the volume, I cannot do anything. I'll do a test again to show you guys what I am hearing on my end. I'll do a test again to show you guys what I am hearing on my end. And that is what I'm hearing on my end. So those of you on Facebook, those of you on YouTube, if you just heard me play back myself, that is what I am hearing on my end, on my phone, on YouTube. So this is me watching me on YouTube, and I just raise the volume for you to hear me on YouTube. So I really don't know what is going on. I am lost. Right? What I wanted to talk about again, because this volume thing is starting to really worry me. Because, it doesn't make sense. If I'm doing a live and you all are not hearing me, then I don't understand what to do. Somebody message just get deleted there. Oh gosh. Well, these admits making joke, boy. All right. What I wanted to play for you all again. So I played for you what MP Young in the press conference, and it was a pleasure seeing MP Young at the press conference. It have all kind of naysayers and all kind of people saying that they're treating him bad and all sorts of things. It was pleasant, really nice to see him at the press conference and to see him, chatting and interacting with the opposition leader and stuff like that. And I took out some photos. Yeah, I took out pictures. Yeah, this was the opposition leader and MP Young having a little moment talking. You know what I mean? They were talking to each other there. You know? They were talking to each other here. Having a moment. So when people saying that, you know, they do treating him bad. And this is a light moment here where he crack a joke to her. And she was laughing. Yeah, take a look at this. She was laughing at the joke. She was laughing at the joke. Yeah, take a look at it. Those of you on Facebook and on YouTube. Right? Have any more pictures again? See if I have any more pictures here. Because I'm really tired and fed up of people trying to paint a picture. You know? Watch this one. You see in this one? Take a look at this one now. Take a look at this one. Right? So, it was really nice seeing him at the press conference. And he was interacting and talking, and he talked to members of the media. He spoke with me. He spoke to other media personnel who was there. Yeah. Yeah. It was really nice seeing that. All right? It was really nice seeing that. Yeah. Right? So let's get into the heat of the program now. So I played that. I told MP Young that I would have played that on my program for those of you to hear, for those of you to understand what is really being presented and talked about in the parliament. You need to be aware. So several things took place at the press conference, but several things were spoken about. Mr. Manning would have spoken about the finances. Mr. Manning would have brought to your or us awareness of certain things that the government is saying. He broke down certain things. He even went as far as to say, talked about, you know, you fired the CPAP workers, and it looks as though you fired them to save money, but you still have to spend money, because why? You will have to use that same money in the Ministry of Social Development to give to them. Right? To give to them, which is interesting, very interesting. After that, we had who? We had, after Brian Manning, you had Minister Young would have talked about energy and energy affairs, and he would have talked about certain things with the Ministry of Tower, about the situation with, that I played for you just now. Right? I would like to get some, I feel I have to find some admins to put on this Facebook, you know. Yeah. Get rid of some of you on Facebook. Let's see. Because, of course, it's in all that. Even as though, you know, and MP Young was real skin teeth. You know, real cool. You know what I mean? Real cool. So what you all making him out to be, he's not. But some people making him out to be, he's not. To be real straight up with some of you. The perception and the energy that you pushing out there about him, he's not that. I just really wanted to say that this evening. You know? Really wanted to say that this evening. After sitting in a room with him and being there with him, seeing him interact with his colleagues, hearing after press conference, or after the press conference, the after conversations doesn't be what you saying there. You know, it was different. It was real vibes, nice. You were able to say certain things that you can't say on mic. You know, but put that aside. You keep your perception about him, and in real interaction with him, it's not that what you saying there. But anyway, Yes, so we had Brian Manning, we had MP Young, we had MP Mr. Manning, we had Mr. Young, MP Young, we had Mr. Faris Alwari. Now, Faris dealt with certain things today, and with CPEP and all of that, and he talked about Nelson. The matter came out today, right? Matter, and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to play you from the news, because there's a current affairs program. So, 7 o'clock news dealt with Nelson. We go deal with that. I asked a question, strange enough. I asked a question, and right? I asked a question, and CNC3 took my question and put it in their news. I found it to be really, really, really laughable, because to me, I just I was really taken aback by CNC3 statements to me. Well, with what I had to say, with what I had to, well, the question that I asked CNC3, CNC3 would have used it, right? Would have used it in the news tonight. So what I want to talk about. So here are the things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the unions, and in the news this evening, the unions had a problem with the statement by Ms. Bissessa. Some of the unions had a problem with the statements made by Ms. Bissessa. Also, the Nelson matter. Also, this question that I ask, right? The question that I ask about the Commissioner of Police being political. Right? And I also want to talk about Michelle Benjamin and statements that are attributed to her, or her statements to, what do you call it? The Emancipation Committee. Right? So there are some people who are saying that the Emancipation Committee needs to evolve. They need to, some people are saying, grow up. That is what some people basically saying. They need to grow up. They need to grow up. That's what some people say. Right? So let's go. First one I'm going with is this one. This one. Let's go with this one. Right? We're going with this one first to discuss. So, for those of you who didn't see it on the news this evening, for those of you who live outside of Trinidad and Tobago, this was a news item this evening. What about this news item I want to talk about? We want to look at the unions and how they feel about statements made by Ms. Bissessa about the money now, the 10%. Right? So take a listen. Take a listen to this.
Well, Labour leaders are divided over Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessa's recent comments that she is placing her faith in God to help finance a proposed 10% wage increase for public servants. Some union representatives have responded with cautious optimism, while others are pressing for concrete financial plans and greater transparency. The Prime Minister made the statement outside Parliament yesterday as wage negotiations with public sector unions remain unsettled. A concern echoed by President of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, Martin Lumpkin.
The geopolitical influences also impacted on Tutor's decision. Tutor is still mindful of the economic situation which our nation continues to face. We look forward to the entire public sector getting a fair and just settlement.
Former PSA General Secretary and a recent presidential candidate, Oral Saunders, said the Prime Minister's comments are concerning and risk appearing politically symbolic rather than fiscally strategic. In light of the Prime
Some of the union people are not too optimistic and they're not too happy with the announcement or statement made by Ms. Bissessa. They're not too happy with it, as you could have heard. All right? Tutor has always said that they are apolitical. They don't support any political party. That has been, Tutor has been very, 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 very consistent where that is concerned. Very consistent where that is concerned. So you heard from the unions. All right? I want to hear your views on that. I also want to play for you now the Vincent Nelson matter. I want to play for you the Vincent Nelson matter. I want to hear your views on this. See this matter there? See that? What I just pull up there? For those of you on Facebook, you're seeing it. Right? For those of you on Facebook, you're seeing it. That is what I want to discuss. Also, so take a listen to this.
Jamaican-born King's Counsel Vincent Nelson has suffered a second defeat in his bid to set aside his convictions for his alleged role in a legal fee kickback scheme.
In a judgment this morning, 3 Court of Appeal judges rejected Nelson's appeal on several grounds, including his delay in filing it. Nelson now has one final legal avenue to succeed in his bid.
Derek Achong tells us more.
King's Counsel Vincent Nelson will have to approach the Privy Council if he hopes to quash his convictions for a legal fee kickback scheme he blew the lid on. On Tuesday, 3 appellate judges rejected Nelson's appeal over the issue. The appeal was considered by a 3-member panel after first being dismissed by appellate judge Mark Mohammed last year. The decision was based on Nelson's almost 4-year delay in filing it after he pleaded guilty to the charges and was slapped with over $2.25 million in fines in 2019. They noted that he had competent legal counsel when he willingly entered into the plea agreement with the DPP's office. In 2017, Nelson provided a statement in which he alleged that former Attorney General Anand Ramlogan had requested that he pay him 10% of the legal fees he received for legal briefs he was awarded under Ramlogan's tenure. Nelson claimed that Attorney General Ramlin was the intermediary who collected the payments on Ramlogan's behalf. All 3 were eventually charged with corruption. After Nelson pleaded guilty, he filed an appeal and a lawsuit alleging that the government had repeatedly breached an indemnity agreement signed to facilitate his testimony against the duo. Under the agreement, former Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi gave Nelson several assurances, including that he will not be prosecuted for his role or reported to UK law enforcement authorities. In October 2022, DPP Roger Gaspard discontinued the case against Ramlogan and Ramlin based on Nelson's unwillingness to testify, with his appeal and civil lawsuits still pending. Former Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi noted that despite his pending legal challenges, Nelson maintained his claims over the alleged corruption. Nelson has been granted an 8-week stay of the judgment while he considers a final challenge to the country's highest appellate court. Derek Achong, CNC 3 News.
Yeah, now, for those of you who are watching this, I You know, when Mr. Alwari spoke and he said that Mr. Nelson testified and he how to put it, he never deny the man. Oh, this is interesting. I would like to play this one more time. Seriously, I would like to play it one more time because I want to hear your views on this. Want to hear your views on it. All right? Really want to hear your views on it. So, Mr. Nelson has to go now to London, the appeal court. He has to go and appeal it in the Privy Council. He has to go to the law lords. He has to go to his people. Right? Because he believed that he wanted he plea bargain now. Plea bargain. Well, sir, we wait to see how this will play out. We wait to see how this will play out. The other matter, I want to deal with my matter now. So, Leila, I asked a question. Right? I asked a question at the press conference. And CNC3 used my question in their news. You don't believe me? Listen, I asked the last question at the press conference today to the opposition leader. I asked the last question today to the opposition leader. Listen how it went. I want you to listen how it went. I tell you how it went. Listen to how it went. All right? Take a listen to how this went. This is me asking the last question at the press conference today. I asked the last question. Right? And the opposition leader, they wanted to wind up. But I had to put this in. And, CNC3 would have used it. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Right? So take a listen to this.
Really, very quickly.
I just want to hear your view on, because MP Young would have spoken about the blooper by having the Commissioner of Police make the announcement about the SOE, number one. Number two, we hear the Commissioner of Police agreeing with standing wrong laws. And number three, we see where the Commissioner of Police is taking direction from the Commissioner, from the Cabinet to remove security from former Prime Ministers. Is it that the Commissioner is now political?
Well, I mean, it's interesting that yesterday the Honorable Prime Minister said this is the first time you have a Commissioner of Police that is not political. What is interesting with the SOE is that it is the Commissioner of Police that announced it. He put out a press release. I mean, and it's not his decision. I mean, certain information goes to the National Security Council, but you also heard, if I recall correctly, Stuart, if you could remind me of that, the Attorney General said his speech was vetted by the... So, all right. Okay.
You can say about the independence of the Commissioner, ma'am.
So you heard it, right? I asked the question. I want to play for you what CNC3 what they did this evening. Right? I want to play for you. I don't think I have the video, but I know I have the audio. I have the audio. For sure I have the audio. Right? For sure. I know I have the audio. So listen to how CNC3 deal with my question now. Listen, right? We need to listen to this.
Beckles is tonight raising questions about the political neutrality of Police Commissioner Alista Guevara. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles is tonight raising questions about the political neutrality of Police Commissioner Alista Guevara. The PNM leader pointed to three recent developments she believes raised serious concerns: the commissioner's public endorsement of the proposed Stand Your Ground legislation, his reported decision based on cabinet instruction to withdraw security from former Prime Ministers Dr. Keith Rowley and Stuart Young, and his apparent announcement of the state of emergency. Now, Beckles also noted the irony of the Prime Minister previously stating that this was the first apolitical police commissioner, implying that recent events may challenge that claim.
What is interesting with the SOE is that it is the Commissioner of Police that announced it. He put out a press release. I mean, and it's not his decision. I mean, certain information goes to the National Security Council, but you also heard, if I recall correctly, Stuart, if you could remind me of that, the Attorney General said his speech was vetted by the... So, all right. Okay.
Attempts to contact the top cub for a response were unsuccessful.
In response, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar claimed former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley handpicked President Christine Kandaloo, who she said then handpicked a police service commission. It is that police service commission, the Prime Minister indicated, selected the present police commissioner.
Hey, you saw how my question made it on CSE3 News, where they actually played Ms. Beckles' response to my question and went and called the Prime Minister to ask about my question. Oh God, what? Somebody say better go and apply. Better go and apply to work CNC3. What do you think? But that was good though. That all of that in the job, all of that is journalism. And we here on Constructive Talk, we talking the things. We discussing the issues. We being real about what's going on. We're not playing games. We're not playing games. We're being real. You understand? We talk that here. And I took what we talk here and I took it to the press conference. See how relevant and how real and how important our discussion here on Constructive Talk is? Let's be real. You see how important our discussion here on Constructive Talk is? Why we need to stay focused? And there is a segment coming on Constructive Talk that you have to be a part of. Right? You have to be a part of. So, I took our discussion, and we just have here, we having a healthy banter discussion here, where we have recognized, we call it 3 strikes and you're out. We decided that 3 strikes on the commission and you're out. But you know what? I'm not leaving that question unanswered in the sense of, when I say not answered, I mean, because the press conference was so rushed. Right? I didn't get a chance to ask them. And I will ask, where is the Police Service Commission in all of this? Where is the Police Service Commission in all of this? A police commissioner who agree with the government on stand your ground laws. A police commissioner who come out of himself and stand before the nation to declare a state of emergency. And thirdly, a police commissioner who take direction from a cabinet to remove security. Where is the Service Commission in all of this? Police Service Commission in all of this. So we, on Constructive Talk, will continue to ask the hard questions and continue
to watch this government with a hawk, and the commissioner with a hawk, and the commissioner with a hawk, and the commissioner with a hawkeye. We have to. We have to. Because you're not hearing that on morning shows. You're not hearing that on other places. Other people clearly disbanded talk show hosts and Constructive Talk on their radio station are now talking wherever them tell them to talk. So the reality of it is, we have to be the one standing with the red, white, and black. Hey, I was asking what do you think about my new background? Just type nice or nah, put back the pity. What do you think? Yes or no? Put back the pity or you like the flag? We stand up for red, white, and black, you know. We stand up for this. We stand up for Trinidad and Tobago. That's reality. We standing up for Trinidad and Tobago. What do you think about the flag? Flag or pity? Somebody say pity, we? Somebody say pity there? What somebody say? Flag. I love the back, the black. What? Okay, I love the background, Pastor. Look good. Very nice. All right. Flag. All right, somebody say, love it. Okay, right. Okay, we're going up the road. Red, white, and what is that? And black, right? Very good, Pastor. Okay, all right. We're going with the flag. So we get rid of the pity. Oh, they don't like that pity, boy. Oh, Lord. All right. So, CNC3, enough respect all you. Thumbs up. Thanks very much. Thanks very much for at least, using a constructive question to put out there. So people who listening, people who thinking would, you know what I mean? Recognize, hey, yeah, boy, something questionable about that commissioner. Something is questionable about that commissioner. Cool. So that was one. And the last thing I want to talk about this evening. What's the last thing I want to talk about this evening? I want to talk about this. I really want to get into this. Is this, boy? Make sure it's this, eh? I'm going to see if it's this. I wonder if it's this. I wonder. So, I hope it's this. I really hope it's this. So those of you who are on the live, you need to share it. You need to share the live. All right? So those of you who are on the live, you need to share the live. All right? Because I really want to talk about this evening, I know. Because just now, we will be celebrating Emancipation. And I want to hear what is your take on statements made, things that are being said. I want to hear your views. So take a listen.
Welcome back. The Emancipation Support Committee is pushing back against a recent media release from the Ministry of Culture and Community Development. The ministry's release, issued by Minister Michelle Benjamin, raised questions about the committee's accountability, public engagement, and programming, while pointing to the government's $9 billion deficit. But the ESCTT, led by Executive Chair Zakia Ozuma Wadada, says the committee has consistently submitted audited accounts and festivals Festival reports. She adds that the Emancipation Festival, running from May to August, now costs an estimated $6 million to produce, with only 20% of that funded by the state. She also responded to criticism over the $40 entrance fee after 3 p.m., saying the contribution supports the cost of a safe, high-quality event. Welcome back. The Emancipation Support Committee is pushing back against a recent media release from the Ministry of Culture and Community Development. The ministry's release, issued by Minister Michelle Benjamin, raised questions about the committee's accountability, public engagement, and programming, while pointing to the government's $9 billion deficit. But the ESCTT, led by Executive Chair Zakia Ozuma-Wadada, says the committee has consistently submitted audited accounts and festival reports. She adds that the Emancipation Festival, running from May to August, now costs an estimated $6 million to produce, with only 20% of that funded by the state. She also responded to criticism over the $40 entrance fee after 3 p.m., saying the contribution supports the cost of a safe, high-quality event.
What is your view? So here's why I open up the phone lines. I would have laid my case before you guys. So the numbers to call, all right, the number to call is 464-7003. 464-7003. Choose whichever topic to weigh into. We talked about, we spoke about Nelson, Vincent Nelson. We spoke about Vincent Nelson. We spoke about the issue with the commissioner. We spoke about Michelle Benjamin. We just played for you a clip about Michelle Benjamin and what she says about the Emancipation Committee. And do you agree with Michelle? Do you disagree with Michelle? I'm seeing where they're saying that the Emancipation Committee is a PNMB team. We spoke about, well, I played for you MP Young and, well, Vincent, MP Young, Michelle Benjamin, the unions, and what again? What again? So this is for you to weigh in now. I take your calls at this time on 464-7003. 464-7003. 464-7003. What is your view? This is your chance to call in. Tell me, what is your take on what I played? What's happening in Trinidad and Tobago? So you can call in now. Right, let's take this call. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google, and your viewers and listeners. I'll touch on 2 of the topics.
Talk to me.
Right? First one being MP Young. And everything that MP Young said is correct. Right? Putting these fellas in Building 13 was a good choice. But as he rightfully said, the operational day-to-day duties, they don't expect the minister to come and do that. You understand? That will fall in the purview of the commissioner of prison and by extension, his staff. Right? Whether it be senior, middle rank, junior rank. Right? And make sure that the procedures and the implementations that the minister would have outlined is followed. Right? Now remember, Minister Young was removed from the National Security Ministry, right? And in came Minister Hines. So I don't know if Minister Hines, would have deviated from what Minister Young would have put in place. As he said, with the then Commissioner Griffith and the Commissioner of Prisons at that time. Right? So everything Mr. Young would have said is correct because I am in the system, so I could speak to it. Right? Secondly, the other point I want to talk about is the topic with MP Michelle Benjamin. Right? Now, what she said is, I wouldn't say everything that she said is not true, right? The support committee needs to do a bit of, be a bit more innovative and to attract more the youths and to attract, more of people of, for a better word, people of African thing. But it's the manner in which she said it and where she said it. That is where I would give her wrong. As MP Dolly would have said, she could have done it face to face, if you understand what I mean. Call them into a meeting and say, here what? XYZ, and let us look at ways to fix it or to improve it going forward. Right? So that is my contribution on those two topics.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so taking your calls on 464-7003, 464-7003. So again, I want to say to persons who are messaging me and telling me you're not here any caller or you're not this, you're not that. Those are technical issues that I am really trying to address. All right. With, as I said to you all, I think I will take a break. I think I will come off the live for some time until I get a laptop. So that you all wouldn't be saying things to me that I have been trying to explain to you guys that I need a laptop in order to rectify the stuff that you all would be messaging the line to tell me about. All right? So what I feel I need to do until I rectify it, I think this might be the last live until I get a laptop. I feel I might have to do that. Right? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Hura.
Hi, good evening.
Okay, you see, just what Tolman said just now?
That wasn't Tolman. Exactly. That wasn't Tolman, though.
Oh, that wasn't Tolman. Okay. No. That is exactly what I was thinking. And it's all the African people in Tea Party base there. They and all wouldn't have a say. They wouldn't have a voice. And even though they see them doing things, they have to hush them out. Because why? They wouldn't, when they come out from there, they wouldn't be able to do nothing. The way how they will control everything in this country. When we talking to African people, they don't want to hear. Every time these people get into power, they're always doing these things. And I know a long time ago, anytime you see they go back there again, it's trouble for we. It will be worse. It is worse than the first time. Because they sit down and they plan all the things to do. They put in all their people in place. They did that already. And they're trying to do the rest now. People only open all their eyes and wake up and see. No, you mightn't be able to stand up or march against them. Because the police and all, she have them gripped. You hear the commissioner? She have them gripped. You hear me, Pastor Google?
Yes, ma'am.
So that we wouldn't be able to do nothing, you know. We will just have to sit down and cry and fret. You hear? The opposition will even have a say because everything they go win in court. The DPP better watch yourself and don't allow this thing to happen. If they could do something to help it, don't allow no chancellor to come in there. Because he and all wouldn't have no say. You hear? My God, if people only think ahead and what will happen to this country, it wouldn't be. That's why they wanted Keith Rowley out, you know. Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, they wanted him out because there's a man they couldn't fight the battle with. But it has somebody who's suffer now. They will fight the battle with you, they will throw she aside. You hear? Because she's not mere saying anything, but whoever they put for thing, for PNM head, I go in with it, eh? But let me tell you something. You have to be tough. You have to be tough. It has some tough people on we party still. Oh God, what will happen to us in this country? They're sending back all them African them in the garden to work again like slavery time. And I keep on saying they better do just like what happened in America. Everything Donald Trump do, she taking pattern from that. But oh God, God will hear us. We have a voice, you know, but with him, people will come together and pray. We go sorry for we little trend just now who have to go through this thing. Oh Jesus. Pastor Google are gone. I can't take it. I'm gone.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so I'll continue to take your calls on 464-7003. 464-7003. All right, 464-7003. All right. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good night.
Hello, good evening.
Good night. Good evening, Pastor Hugo. But, Pastor Hugo, why the African people complaining? Why they complaining? They had all the power. They do all the foolishness. This emancipation thing, their records incorrect. They're supposed to scrap all of them. Stop complaining. Because when you have power, you don't like yourself. You don't like your people. Don't come and beg and think on why and why. Emancipation is about almost 500 years now. We have so much power for how much years? Why complaining? You ask them that now, you is a man, you is a pastor. You're supposed to guide them in the right way that when you have power and you do foolishness, that is where you get. Have a good night, man.
I wonder if you all listen to what that man's saying. I hope you all listen to what he's saying, eh? Hello, good evening.
Good evening again. Good evening to you, sir.
Hi, good evening.
How are you this evening, my brother?
I'm cool.
Boy, last night I tell you I waiting to see the union when I jump out today. Well, I see teachers make a little noise. I'm waiting for the PSA lady. I want to see how long she's going to sit back. But I see your question, well, tomorrow morning will be a conversation on another station in the morning. You know? That question that you pose and the response of the opposition leader is going to, if you look at my poll question, do you think the commissioner of police is apolitical? Answer yes or no. Tomorrow morning that might be a poll question on our next station, Pastor Google.
Well, let's see.
You get what in there? That's a blow. Anyhow, you know what, Michelle? You know what is disrespectful? This is not the first, just a second. This is not the first time that a UNC administration in office and question how much it is? $1 million. The last time they questioned that figure, it was proven that it cost nearly 4-point-something million at the time to do that same thing. Right? So I don't understand the logic. And what we have to understand, look at the Diwali Nagar business. That is a Hindu celebration that is supported by Indian people. That is a Hindu religion. This is not a religious organization, you know, because Pastor Google is a Christian, I is a Catholic, and I hear my uncle Rowley Jr. was trying to explain that to them that they use an Anglican. We ain't joining there because of religion. We are getting there because of we accepting who we are. Some of us still not accepting who they are. So we would always have a challenge there. But you know what was outlining to that, what she said there? So I want to touch on all the things and I will call back. Is that here we're going on? They have a deficit at $9 billion, Pastor Google. So because you have a deficit at $9 billion, you're looking to take $1 million from me. That is why today it was said by Alwari that they're trying to cut revenue. So that's why the prime opposition, but here we're going to only paying CPEP workers for 1 month. So how long they will take to get CPEP back up? Because if you're getting paid fortnightly, that means you'll get 1 fortnight, and we will wait for the next fortnight. After that 1 month, by the time school open, or 1 week, here we're going on, that would happen 1 fortnight before school open. So in the middle of August is when they will get their last pay. That is not going on happening because the 1 month pay they promise them, not so?
Yep.
So when she go in the parliament and tell them CPEP still getting paid, they're getting paid until the middle of August. Understand that. That is to try to ease your mind. Hopefully you should be able to buy the books. Depends on what child your school pass, your child's pass for. So if you're a poor person living off a CPEP and your child pass over in a big time school, you can't take a loan borrow to say, well, I got to sell that school and have a job coming after August. Pay that bill. How you sending your child to school after August, Pastor Google? So Michelle Benjamin trying to close a deficit at $9 billion. So they cut out CPEP and they're telling $1 million give to the African Union or body, $1 million. But you know what is surprising? You know, King's Council, a previous judge, showed the matter, you know, Pastor Google, remember that? You remember why it is, what they call the AIDS, not the, what he is? The DPP dismissed the 2 matters against Ram Logan is because why? That is his argument. That was his argument when he went before these 3 appellate judges now, you know, before the first one, is that he take long to file his matter. So because of his delay in his matter, they should throw out the case. That's his argument, you know. He ain't saying he's not guilty, you know. So when he go to the laws in England, the same people who send him here to talk to the Attorney General here for the wire transfer that he was doing from day to year. That's what was taking place. He didn't deny that. But we just give that same man, one of them same lawyers, a big work in way. What is Ministry of Energy? So I question that nobody could answer. That's what we vote for. Because the PNM was lying 20-something years. I watch a group of people at the airport. The matter come up, them collect money and come back again. They ain't talking that, eh? They ain't talking about Mamu going with the $400 million for the water street. They don't talk that. So the young ones who voted for them that was 10 years and get a laptop and believe that they were going with the girl laptop. And because with the girl laptop and the PNM come and take it away, the PNM bad. No, but I was 16 and I hear what going on. I was sitting down and signing a check for life support and I just eating enough food. PNM bad. Instead of you to go now where you could have gone and learn to operate an excavator, become an electrician. What are you going to do with all you know? So I asked them the other day, the thing that Foster was building, those youth camps and all those, what was going to happen to them? But instead of that, to solve the problem of crime, they decided to lock you up now for 120 days. Instead of continue the program Foster was creating. But they're giving you guns. Stand your ground legislation. But they come and they open their university down Cuvado. And Pastor Google are going, they better wake up in this place here. I tell them, they could say I'm from Grenada House and Vincent, right, my grandmother leave a piece of land. I tell them, Sharon, not long enough. The same people that we neglect, we might end up really like chump, we had to run and leave here, you know. But as again, because that flag in the back of you, I ain't going nowhere. Sink or float. Right here. Enjoy your night.
Lord knows I'm tired, hear it. protesters daily declare it. Bedlam on Nelson or Peter. When you are we shut down the program. Vendors from Queen Street to Charlotte. When they hot and ready to riot. What we do like.
Hello, good evening.
Good afternoon, Pastor. Good afternoon.
All right, good evening.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Pastor, nothing UNC do is going to shock me. I don't want to do it and you're shocked. But make sure that you know anything I do. I am not. These people never shock me because I don't anymore. What are we going to do, right? She can admit that we have a 9-year-old deficit. And what are we going to do?
I ain't hearing you too clearly. I'm not hearing you clearly. I don't know why. I'm not hearing you clearly.
You hear me now?
You're singing like if you're in a hole.
Sorry. You hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Right. What I'm saying, if Mr. Benjamin now saying that we have a $9 billion deficit. Now the 25% is $10 billion. So we're going if we $9 million deficit, and we pay the 10%, you're getting $10 billion. Where and how they're going to get that money? And we didn't see I would love to see all that. Because she now admitted to us here that we have to be a deficit of $9 billion. So again, it leaves a lot to be done. And Pastor, your questions is a good question. And you know what, Pastor? If you your questions will always take more or less center stage because you're asking things that nobody has asking. You understand, Pastor? You know, you have to think that nobody asking, and rightly so. We were asking that here before you go there with that. We were asking the same things here. So now that then I just open and suddenly you know this man saying something nourished. Really. So nobody then recognize how you like that. Again, Pastor, before I go, this Benjamin and the UNC. Nothing shocks me because that is their blueprint. So that's nothing shock me. What I do, what I say. That is the blueprint. It doesn't matter that is the party policy. So nothing ain't going to raise my eyeballs to them. And with regards to now, that is just raw greed. In my humble opinion, that was just raw greed. Because you trying to play poker. And one minute, for the next minute against you trying to manipulate a whole scene. You trying to play poker. Say, you know what? You want to go up in England and fight a case because you was trying to play. You know exactly what you do. You was trying to play poker. Anyhow, look for listening.
Thank you very much.
That same more proud with billions. And over 74 years ago, a little black boy born in Tobago. No shoes on his feet, walked from miles to school, real cool. Never knew the lap of luxury. Catch us and hard grind was the story. But today, as our PM, he rule. He never said like back in the 90s, like that you two shoot for Hercules. This nation knows me and living. Today I go make a killing. Never once took the thieving. By brains and hard work he climb. Poverty could never absolve crime. No way, poverty is no excuse. So don't fall for that abuse. You don't have to rub up cause distress because you're poor or you're jobless. You're living in mental slavery.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, Pastor Hugo, good night again. I think you see that woman? You see that person? A doctor needs to check her. Because there is something sick going on in her mind. There is sick wickedness and evil thought going on in that person's mind. You don't treat people who you're telling them you love so. You don't treat people like that. You don't do things what you want to do to our country. That you say you love the people in that country. You know who you love. And I think you need a doctor, you need a psychologist to watch your mind and to check you. Woman, may the good Lord be with you.
There are many heroes and legends who emerge from slums like the beaten. Once your mind can conceive it, there's no mountain you can't climb. Poverty and no damn excuse for crime. No way. No way. Go tell your big freedom. All who cause any problem. Oh. No way, no way. No way.
So I'm taking your calls on 464-7003. 464-7003. What is your thoughts? Now, as I said before, I think today will be my last live until I get a laptop. All right? Because people are messaging and complaining that they're not hearing on the live. I am doing the best on my end, but I don't think you all understand that, I think for what I want to do and the level that I want to go to, the only way I can do that is really having a laptop. All right? So I think that tonight will be the last until I get a laptop. All right? I'll put out a notice. All right, I'll put out a notice and let you all know when I'll be back on. Because, I don't think, you remember you sit down in your home, eh? You sit down in the comfort of your home, just like how I am here. But at the end of the day, I am doing my best to try to give you the information that will make you aware of what is going on. Also give you a voice. Right? Give you a voice. Right? If somebody's saying the volume was normal earlier, now low. I do understand. There's some people who just saying that the volume is low. And there are some people who saying that there is no problem on their end. So clearly it's you. And again, as I said before, I think the only way that the issue can be resolved, somebody is asking why, Pastor, because you all are not hearing me. You're saying that it is so low. That is what you all are saying. So then what I can do is wait until I get something that will make it perfect. Right? Somebody saying, yes, problems with the volume. Somebody saying, I am hearing. So I don't know. One set of people saying they're not hearing, another set of people saying that they're hearing. So somebody saying super low. And you know what is amazing about this? Is that if I go onto YouTube and I press YouTube and I look for Constructive Talk on YouTube, right? And I tap here and I tap myself and I tap here. I do understand. I tap myself and I, right? Tap here. I do understand. I tap myself and I, right? So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So I think for me, I will not do, if I have to do any live, I'll do it on Facebook because people on Facebook are hearing me very, very good. Somebody saying YouTube is low. And that is not my fault. Again, as I said before, that is not my fault.
Right? That's not my fault. If YouTube is low, that's not my fault. Right? So if I keep it on and you all are complaining, that doesn't make any sense to me. Right? So what I will do, I won't do any tomorrow because I really can't deal with people keep messaging, saying that the volume is low, the volume is low, the volume is low, the volume is low. Pastor, not hearing you. Some people saying, Pastor, I am hearing you, I'm hearing better. It is my phone, not good on TV. Somebody saying, all right. So I am hearing very clear on YouTube. So I don't know. I don't know what to do again. Right? So again, as I said earlier on, I wouldn't do any live tomorrow. All right, tomorrow I'll take a rest. Tomorrow is what? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'll take tomorrow is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. And I'll give you all a chance, an opportunity to contact me on 464-7003 if you all wish to help me acquire the laptop. All right, I did go and checked out the laptop. Right, I did go and check out the laptop. Somebody saying good night. The volume is very low. My TV is high and I cannot hear. I cannot handle hear. I cannot what? I can hardly hear. You can fix it, please. Thank you. And now talking about it, and look, somebody messaging me to tell me that. So I really don't know what to do. And I know what to do. As I said earlier on, is that I need a laptop. I don't just need any laptop, because I know some of you say, I need a laptop, just give me a laptop. No. I need a specific laptop. And this is the laptop that I need. Right? Right? That is the laptop that I need. So I think I would I feel I will end the program now because people saying that they're not hearing and they're not hearing and they're not hearing. Some people saying that they're hearing. Right? But hear what? I'll tell you this. When I get our laptop, there is no stopping constructive talk. We're going to a different level. See that laptop? When I get a laptop, all who feel like coming for me, because I hearing people sending chat, but they're going to another level, and they're this and they're that. Right? Right? When I get a laptop, trust me, there's no stopping me then. Yeah, that laptop will take it at a different level. Different level. Right? So, here is where, if nobody want to call in and share their views or share how they feel about what we're talking about, I can say good night. Or if anybody want to call in, and share their views, give you that opportunity now to talk to me. All right, so the numbers to call. All right, the number to call is 464-7003.
7003. 464-7003. I wouldn't, and as I said earlier on, you can call me now, share your views about what are your thoughts about what I played tonight. And tonight I really went well, lengths and depths to make sure and get some stuff for you guys to discuss. So what's happening in the public domain and some of the things that are being discussed are let's take this call. I really should not take this call. But anyway, hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, you see what I'll be talking about? A man like you had to be taking for a laptop and all these PNM might be watching your show and talking all kind of crap, especially the Africa, this Emancipation. You know, if you call Camilla, she will give you that laptop in a one, brother. You hear that, man? Why you stopping yourself so for a laptop? Camilla will give you that in a one. I know you want to take me on, but why will you take me on? Because you know why? The truth had to come out. The PNM is a mess, and they don't want to come to the reality. Emancipation, the African in a mess. Face the reality. Yes, I'm watching in the eye too. I see you, but you can't see me. We are in a mess, the African, the nice suit and the nice thing. Put up a picture behind there with Camilla by the flag to represent the country. We have to face reality to go forward. You stop that with them. I said that stupidness they calling in and we only going down, the African man. Have a good night. I will see what I could send for you.
Stupidity is unsurpassed. Stupidity is unsurpassed.
Since UNC lose power in 2015, they are the crime fighting. Pastor, I looking at you on YouTube and I hear you loud and clear, bright and clear.
All right, somebody's saying persons asking for account information. All right. They want to donate. Also, they want the name of the laptop. So persons are asking for my account information. I told you to call me. If you want to make a contribution, call me on 464-7003. All right? The number to call if you want to make a contribution is there on the screen on Facebook, and I'm calling it out on YouTube. 464-7003. Right? You want to know the name of the laptop. Okay. It's a Dell Precision 5520. All right. The laptop has certain specs on it. So, for those of you who want to know, that's the laptop I need. All right. So if you want to know, that's the laptop. That's what I need. So, so for those of you who asking, that's the laptop. If you want to call, make a contribution, you can do so after the program. Right? If you want to call and make a contribution, you can do so after the program on the number that is in front of you. 464 7003. Right? That is the number. 464 7003. 464. That's the number to call. And I will send you all the information you want. Right? 464 7003. That's the number to call, and you will get all of the information that you need. Right? So again, if you want to make a contribution and you want to know the brand of the laptop, I just told you there. All right? I just told you. Again, those of you who want to make your contribution, you can do so by calling 464 7003. 464 7003. I would have, so if you want to call in, you can still call in. For those of you who are still on the live, thank you very much for staying on the live. And again, there will be no live tomorrow. There'll be no live on Thursday. And there'll be no live on Friday. Okay? When I do acquire the laptop, I will put out a notice on YouTube and on Facebook, letting you all know. Right? Letting you all know when I will be live. All right? So all I'm asking, if you want the account number and all of that, just message me on WhatsApp. I don't know why is that so hard though. If you want to make a contribution, you can message me on 464 7003. That's I think that is that's simple. Right? If you are living outside of Trinidad and Tobago and you want to contribute, right? You want to contribute, you can send a message to WhatsApp. I'll give you all the information you would need. All right? Somebody's saying that Ian does put up his bank account number. Ian has a business account number. I don't have a business account number. I have a personal account number. And I went to the bank and I asked them if I can put up or advertise my personal banking number. And they said to me, no, you cannot do that. That is considered to be money laundering. I don't know what they're saying. Legally, I cannot or I am not allowed to put up my account number in that manner. Right? So it's not that I am making it a problem. Right? It's not that I'm making it a problem. No, I'm not making it a problem. It's just that legally, I cannot put up my account number on platforms like YouTube and Facebook. If it is a business account, I can do so. If it is a personal account, you are not allowed to. All right? So again, So the number again, let me put up the number. So the number is rolling across the screen. All right, and you will see the number in a short bit. The number is on the screen. Right? So you can see the number there. The number is 464-7003. 464-7003. So if you are watching me and you want to contribute to the laptop, what you can do, right? What you can do, you can message me now and say, Pastor Google, I will contribute towards the laptop. Right? Saying it again. If you are interested in contributing towards the laptop, I don't know. What I'll do, I will put up the laptop information on YouTube. So when I finish here and on Facebook, so when I finish, I will put up the information about the laptop on YouTube and on Facebook. If you are interested in contributing towards the laptop, all right, all you have to do is send me a message now on WhatsApp. Okay? Somebody's saying I cost 200. I don't know what I don't understand that. I don't understand what a person type in there. No, you cannot do that. Let them. Okay. All right. So again, if you want to contribute towards the laptop, the number is rolling across your screen. You can send me a message now. Say, I will contribute on the number that you see rolling across your screen. The number is 464-7003. 464-7003. If I was working, I'd buy my laptop, you know. Yeah. If I was working, I'd buy my laptop long time. Long time I buy my laptop. Me not have to worry about nothing. I buy my laptop and set up my thing. Hey, my sister. My sister, oh. My sister, oh. Well, I must say, but there's some people, it's just your bedroom, you know. Bedroom, it's real, they never meet you. They only know is they're watching you on a live. And, you know what I mean. Hello, good evening.
Good evening again, Pastor. So I wasn't calling back. But after hearing all of my kind, all to talk that rubbish. The man with the ring, where you going? Before I go on, where you going? We talk about tonight is the last, no matter what. Don't let these simple little things. I on YouTube, I talking to you on a phone and looking to you on the same phone. Me have no big screen TV, me have no computer, me have no nothing. And I hear you, there are times when we start the volume, when on the callers was a bit low, somebody send you a text, raise that right. Where you going? The man with the ring, how do you think he start? And he was asking to make contributions to the program.
The man with the what?
The man with the ring. Who does power for me for it come down?
I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about.
The crime show host man.
Oh, Ian. Yeah. Oh, Ian's that. I can't remember how Ian's that.
Right. Think about that. So where you going?
Know what people are complaining that they're not here.
You start your program this afternoon. Where you start your program? Remember how you start your program?
Yeah.
Right. What this one come to tell you? You ain't getting nothing. You just have a little thing and you start something and them listening to call to talk that rubbish. Check the effect you have already and you ain't had the laptop that you want yet. Where you going? I just said there, I sink or float, we ain't going no way. Tomorrow I want to hear you. Where you going? You ain't going no way. You know what I tell you, brother?
I hear you.
We ain't going no way. We getting the laptop, we going. This is constructive talk. You realize he can't make a contribution to nothing. He called the clearing on African people. I just explained to you. Them open a university that they say we leave abandoned for how many years? While we was trying to fix the issue. And open back what they closed down to get my children to who given trouble to go back. You know what they tell them? Just now they're going to send them in the youth camp when they get trouble in school. You know what kind of treatment we will get? You see, the police killed 5 of us in how many days? You see anybody making noise? Eh? Pastor Google, where you going? Enjoy your night.
To jam your prime minister. No, don't tell me. I stopped drinking bush tea for your fever. I said no, don't tell me. Cause you ain't do it once, but you did it twice. Elections gone, is you choose Barabbas in front of Christ. So if you notice your little daughter bringing home a grand, because Camilla sent she to a school inside the Bitam, and when she bring home the baby.
Hello, good evening.
Pastor Guru,
Hi.
I have to call you back again. Somehow, for some reason, I am looking at you. Yes, I'm looking at you on my big screen TV. Yes, we were getting some problems with the volume earlier on. But Pastor Google, you are a man of God. You are a spiritual man. You're supposed to know when you are being challenged. And I'm looking at you tonight, and I don't know if it's because the funeral of your friend Kay, you in this kind of, sober, humble mood, but you are in a different mood. But Pastor Google, you're supposed to know you don't yield to temptation. And God chastises those that he loves. And if you are carrying on a show which is constructive talk, you are supposed to think constructive at all times. You are not supposed to think negative, because right now you are a motivator and you are motivating your audience. Whether negative or positive, let them keep their negative. You bring the positive, right? And according to the last caller, where you going? Where you going? You are somewhere going? If you didn't want to do what you were doing, you wasn't going to start it in the and you are giving all of us education. Yes, I love to listen to my political programs. I don't ever miss you. There are some of the other programs or some of the other stations I don't ever miss. But when it comes to the real thing, we look forward to hear from you. And when you are negative, when you are positive, we stick it out with you. Right? The PNM don't ever give up. Come on. The PNM don't ever give up. And we debunked all the lies that coming from the other side. And whilst I'm on the line with you, you see that commissioner of police, from the time he was inaugurated, I keep watching him and listening to what he was saying and how he was talking. Right? He's a puppet of the UNC. He's another one of the UNC's puppets. He's supposed to be independent, but he ain't independent. He's a UNC puppet, right? And just imagine, as the UNC got into power, they get a commissioner of police, they get a this, they get a that, they get a that. Once you are there siding with them, you are good to go. Madam Dictator, right? Pastor Google, don't let these people bother your mind. You keep it strong. You keep it strong. And you will be fortified. And we're looking for you tomorrow. Well, I'm going to put on the TV in vain tomorrow. Try your best. We're going. Love you. Waiting for you tomorrow. Be blessed.
About the Incogent deal and how they never give a conch for the shipload of rice they steal. But if you notice, Carlos have a brand new Beamer, and he delayed the process till he come a minister. And you hear he got millions in cutback from the Miss Universe show as a gift. Please don't stop me and ask me to confirm, because I plead in the fifth. My little crocodile tried to preserve. You got a government you deserve. Ask Manning how much money he left reserve. You get a government you deserve.
Hi, good evening.
Good night, Pastor. Good night.
Hi, good evening.
Good night to the callers and all. Pastor, I want to make a contribution tonight on Miss Michelle Benjamin.
Go ahead.
Right? Over the weekend, I think she put out a press release at, condemning the funds that were spent in the Emancipation program. Right? No, I am not an African. I am a Caucasian person. Right? So what I found interesting, I was saying to myself, but okay, you say 1.4 is a huge sum of money. But when you really, as you encourage us to Google and you go back and you look up at the newspaper clippings, you see that previous years they give you a breakdown of what was spent by the Emancipation Committee. So those things were setting up a village, right? Also, they had to have programs, they had to fly in guests, they had to pay for the accommodation of who they bring in, right? They had, every night they had a little program. So all of these things would have had a cost. Plus you have to have people selling items and all of those things. You have to invite them, you have to build up tents, you have to build up stalls, all of that. I mean, in this day and time we living in, that is coming cheap, that has come at a price. So when you say 1.4 million, that is money that is spent well. That is not no exuberant thing. This is a national holiday, right? Even before in she time, it was being celebrated. But the issue I want to take in heart with, right? And I would like to put all the callers and the viewers on your program is Mr. Philip Alexander. How was he able to be at the opening of this year's program? That would amaze me. Because people were sending around little clippings of what Alexander said. He said in years gone by, and I have the clipping here from Facebook, is a post he put up, the PNM presence at Emancipation Day celebrations is like inviting a rapist to rape the survival dinner. What PNM continues to do, the grandchildren, just now, sorry. Just now, Pastor.
Wow. That's strong words, boy.
What PNM continues to do, the grandchildren of Africa, is no different to what Massa did the children of Africa. Mova, Beatam, Lavanton, and Sealots are living testaments to the crack of the overseer's whip and the new colonizers' legacies. This is a man who went to open this weekend here, the Emancipation Committee, and stand up in a suit. He wasn't at no dashiki or anything. He stand up in a suit.
Wow.
What that tells you? That's a racist. That is my contribution for tonight, sir. And after last night's show, I was kind of very disappointed in some of the comments that I saw in terms of the opposition leader and the views that some people sent out there, very biased views. We need to heal independent party quickly. We need to heal. Have a good night, sir.
Thank you very much.
My friends make jokes, say Pande looking for you. But the humor I can't afford, cause I believe rebellion to a tyrant.
So again, those of you who want to contribute towards the laptop, you can send me a message on 464-7003.
Master's will, I believe was God and it wasn't Pande who said. Nobody are watching. When you go to vote, put your X by the balize. But like in the days of old, my people didn't take heed. And because now of disobedience, they'll eat the bread that the devil need because of greed. Don't tell me your roads get bigger pothole. No, don't tell me. When they run quick and pave, you felt your strike gold. No, don't tell me. Don't tell me about the crime rate in the country. Now that we have a drunkard in charge of security. But if one day you see people running for cover, and you hear Parliament was hijacked by Abu Bakr, and they say Ramdi I'll sign the paper to make Jack Warner Prime Minister. Please don't stop me at no time to explain. Try and convince Abu Bakr. My little energy I'll try to preserve. You get a government you deserve. To call back to you don't know, but you got some nerve. You get a government you deserve.
What? Put your hands together for Sugar Hollows.
So again, if you want to make a contribution towards the laptop, you can do so now. You can call me now or message me on YouTube. You can message me via WhatsApp on 464-7003. 464-7003. You can do that now. All right? Look forward to getting your message on WhatsApp. So if you really think that, as people saying the show is worth it, you can do so now. You can message me now on WhatsApp 464-7003. If you believe that the show is worth it and you really think that, you know what, I will contribute towards Pastor Google getting a laptop, message me now. Yeah, stay in by right here until about 11 o'clock, and see how much people will message me. Right? See how much people will message. So I could tell you for now, 1, 2, 3, 4 persons with a message so far. We have 422 persons on YouTube. We have how much on Facebook? 55 on Facebook. How much you have on Facebook? Somebody saying, Pastor Google, please don't go. Your program is informative. All right, how much you have on YouTube, on Facebook? I don't know, All right. Again, if you would like to contribute towards the laptop, you can message me now on WhatsApp, which is 464-7003. 464-7003. 464-7003. 464-7003. You can message me now on WhatsApp, and you could call in and make your contribution too. I ain't stopping you from calling in and making your contribution also. You can do so now.
Response from the black man, I'm not surprised, because I've come to one conclusion. Today, black man is his own demise. He ain't wise. So don't tell me nothing about the EBC. No, don't tell me. Because I know some of you vote for UNC. I say no, don't tell me. Don't tell me that they cancel the URP. And how you can't get work to maintain your family. So if you end up just like a criminal on the run, because all the promises that they make, they ain't keeping none. And civil servants can't get a back pay, plus yourself can't get a 10 days. Please don't stop me in the road to complain, cause I wouldn't be amazed. My little knowledge now I must preserve. You get a government you deserve. To protest of them now it take plenty nerve. You get a government you deserve. It's from the public I get my lyrics. You just give me inspiration. You just give me the strength and courage to slaughter them politicians. But when I see you supporting Pandey and condoning all that is wrong, it's like giving me bread and a full glass of milk, then you turn wrong and kick it down. Pandey call businessmen parasitic oligarchies. But today Jack Warner and Dupree is the good buddies. What excuse you could have to put him back in power? If you ask Errol McLeod, he'll tell you that man was done a fork-tongue cobra. Yes, sir. Don't tell me Caroni going through hell. No, don't tell me. I hear what the man can drink, he planning to sell. I say no, don't tell me. Don't tell me nothing about the Incogen deal. And how they never give a count for the shipload of rice they steal. But if you notice, Carlos have a brand new Beamer, and he delayed the process till he come a minister. And you hear he got millions in cutback from the Miss Universe show as a gift. Please don't stop me and ask me to confirm, because I plead in the fifth. My little cacadal tried to preserve. You got a government you deserve. Ask Manning how much money he left reserve. You get a government you deserve.
What? Allos! Sugar!
Thank you. I feel sorry for loyal citizens who get caught up in the lacquer. But a fish always rotten from the head. Is Robbie and Pam put him there? Now Pandey get the taste of power. He feel that he's indispensable. Since I sing about his wife, he hate me for life, so they introduced clause 7. I didn't believe Kaisonians could be bought easily. I would like to know what's the price they pay for Gypsy. In my humble opinion, his actions was rather slack. I hope he don't say he bad lucky if a man end up riding him back down a track. So don't tell me about going back to school and learn. No, don't tell me. When my future was never your concern. I said no, don't tell me. Don't tell me nothing about being black conscious. When your behavior proved to me you was done Judas. So if the PNM end up winning the court session, and you land in jail for signing false declaration, and in the night a big big strong prisoner, making sure you enjoy your stay. Don't bother to write me and tell me that try and contact Pande, cause the motto now in jail is protect and serve.
You get a government you deserve.
To tell me you get raped but you got some nerve. You get a government you deserve.
Sugar. Always.
I'm appealing to Mr. John Public. Please don't approach me at all. You have a way when government jam you. Is in my ear you want to ball. You had a chance to change wrong the system with your finger of democracy. And they promise you harm, but he go get your man for the next 5 years. Wait and see. I'll agree with you if you say
from Tobago. I want to make a contribution of $100 towards your laptop. I don't know how I wish I come across to me on the screen. To me that I can contribute to you. Have a nice one.
Not at all. Don't tell me 64 billion they steal.
No, don't tell me.
I don't want to hear about the airport deal.
No, don't tell me.
Don't tell me Dan Raj was a fugitive. And how he took 5 million when he went to New York to live. But if for carnival you see quite on in the country, and he playing mass with Omar and Helen Humphrey, and you see quite on hugging up Yetming while pointing at the treasury. Don't tell me he showing him where to thief, cause that doesn't interest me. My little money I'll try to preserve.
You get a government you deserve.
So you have regrets now, but you got some nerve. You get a government
you deserve.
What is it? One more. Always.
My friends make jokes, say Pande looking for you, but the humor I can't afford. Cause I believe rebellion to a tyrant is truly obedience to God. So when you hear I disperse my venom, it's for me they just want to kill. But I am firm as a wall, they can't stop me at all, cause I doing the master's will. I believe was God and it wasn't Pande who say, nobody are watching. When you go to vote, put your X by the Balize. But like in the days of old, my people didn't take heed. And because now of disobedience, they eat the bread that the devil need. Because of greed. Don't tell me your roads get bigger pothole.
No, don't tell me.
When they run quick and pave, you felt your strike gold.
No, don't tell me.
Don't tell me about the crime rate in the country. Now that we have a drunkard in charge of security. But if one day you see people running for cover, and you hear Parliament was hijacked by Abu Bakr, and they say Ramdi Al sign the paper to make Jack Warner Prime Minister, please don't stop me at no time to explain. Try and convince Abu Bakr. My little energy I'll try to preserve.
You get a government you deserve.
To call back to you don't know, but you got some nerve. You get a government
you deserve.
What? Put your hands together for Sugar Hollows.
They don't smile and they never will. Only volunteers get the fill. Empty promises is what they hear. No running water from year to year. Hearts that no one desire. That if there is a Messiah, someday he hear their whispered prayer. Covered always bare and scanty. 10 people in a one-bedroom shanty. What's to sell on the pavement? No vacancy, no employment. Kettle fire cracker from gunshot. Blood dust flow when things get hot. Afraid to look out the window to hear voices from the ghetto. Crying, Lord, Lord, crying, voices from the ghetto. Lord, Lord, voices from the ghetto. Help us, Father. Oh, Lord. Mothers just hold them head up, ball. And them woman stronger than a wall. A big pusher eyeing she daughter. Son in jail for manslaughter. Too bad for you, your name black boys. No bail, that's the black man's choice. Like Shadow say, poverty is hell. She little girl child belly start to swell. Some say life is a cycle, but don't draw she no circle. Where will it all end? Only time to tell. Outside the siren keep out.
Hello.
Oh, possible happy emancipation day, happy black emancipation day, right? I see a show report, see you taking those report by. You congratulating yourself, they are clear hard questions, right?
Voices from the ghetto. Crying, Lord, crying, hear them pleading, crying. Voices from the ghetto. A hand to us, Lord. We are not a forgotten people. Hear our prayer. With dented pride they soldier on. Revolutions-based politicians born. And often their tragic story brings a journalist glory. No wonder they view the world with scorn. From since the day they born, some call them rebels without a cause. These social victims of unjust laws, but yet they christen the heroes, renegades, desperados, forever knocking on heaven's doors. Hear me? Steel band music shatters the silence, harmony to conquer the violence. Big men run when cops approach, fighting for scraps with the cockroach. Young Turks, they're tough protecting, almost every young girl expecting. So tomorrow Social amenities, Lord, heaven knows. Opportunities, well, them always close. Can't get work once it white collar. So if you can't stretch your dollar, it's later for you crack or smoke your pipe. You're short of dead from gripe. Life does rape dignity and pride. Till there's only bitterness left inside. And every day is a hustle. Arguments are settled with muscle. Till you're 6 feet deep by 3 feet wide. Children through life keep on drifting. It's something they're smoking or sniffing. Or maybe they're trying to forget this life of misery and regret. No one to come to their rescue except Capleton and Boujou. So they boom boxes the Lego. The drum out voices from the ghetto. Crying, 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 Lord, Lord. Voices from the ghetto. Crying, 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 crying. Voices from the ghetto. Crying. I was born and bred in the ghetto. I know what I'm talking about, you know. I'm from the ghetto.
Brown Eyes Promotion presents We Outside Tobago Carnival 3, October 24th to 27th, an all-inclusive package, inclusive of breakfast, lunch, and accommodations. Smith Drive, Lowlands, Tobago, opposite Gulf City Mall. Limited spots. Book yours now. Call 713-4029. Accommodation options: 1 bedroom with a kitchenette, 2 beds, up to 4 people, or 2 bedrooms self-contained, 6 people max, queen size, plus single beds. Check-in time 2:30 p.m. Check out 11 a.m. Limited spots available. Prices with breakfast and lunch: $2,000 per person. Breakfast only $1,700 per person. Half payment due by July 31st. Pay off by September 30th. Non-refundable. Payment plans available. For more info and to book your spots, call 713-4029. We Outside Tobago Carnival 3 from October 24th to 27th. All courtesy Brown Eyes Promotion. We do not own the copyrights for the song playing in the background. Brown Eyes Promotion presents We Outside Tobago Carnival 3, October 24th to 27th, an all-inclusive package, inclusive of breakfast, lunch, and accommodations. Smith Drive, Lowlands, Tobago, opposite Gulf City Mall. Limited spots. Book yours now. Call 713-4029. Accommodation options: 1 bedroom with a kitchenette, 2 beds, up to 4 people, or 2 bedrooms self-contained, 6 people max, queen size, plus single beds. Check-in time 2:30 p.m. Check out 11 a.m. Limited spots available. Prices with breakfast and lunch: $2,000 per person. Breakfast only $1,700 per person. Half payment due by July 31st. Pay off by September 30th. Non-refundable. Payment plans available. For more info and to book your spots, call 713-4029. We Outside Tobago Carnival 3 from October 24th to 27th. All courtesy Brown Eyes Promotion. We do not own the copyrights for the song playing in the background.
All right, so let me say thank you to all of you joining me this evening on Constructive Talk. I really do appreciate all of you. And I am saying good evening, good night. Thank you for the time that you will have spent with me on Constructive Talk. And I'll let you all know how it goes tomorrow. Please go ahead. I'll put up a notice
So if you want to know if I'll be on, look out for a notice on Facebook and on YouTube. Before I go to bed this evening, I will put up something on Facebook and on YouTube for you guys to see what I'm looking for. All right. So again, thanks very much for the support. And you know, I know that you all appreciate the program. If it's one thing I'm sure about is that you all appreciate the program. Right? I know that for sure. But we have to, if you have to do something, let's do it. Let's do it with excellence, and let's do it to the best of our ability. Does it make sense coming on and doing a program and you are not hearing? A lot goes into this, you know. For those of you who don't know, a lot goes into someone doing a program like this. This is not just it's not a fly-by-night thing. It's a serious thing. A lot of work goes into this. You have to be on the ball with current affairs and know exactly what to talk about and how to talk about it. And, you know, right? It is something that I love, educating people, edifying people about current affairs. Something that I, you know, recognize that a lot of people just not aware of. So I genuinely want to continue doing what I'm doing. Seriously, I genuinely want to continue doing what I'm doing. All right. So we're gonna do this, you know. I know that we were gonna do. I know that we will do this. I know that there are persons out there who may just be waiting until I come off the live. You know, who waiting until I come off the live to call and say, "Hey, Pastor Google, we're doing this." You know what I mean? I know that. I know that there are persons like that. So I wait for your call. I'm staying up tonight. Man. Genuinely staying up to see how much people are gonna call after the program or message after the program. All right. All right. So yeah. So I will gonna continue to do my best. I'm doing this for the red, white, and black. All right. We're doing this for the red, white, and black. And again, I really want to appreciate and thank all of you for reaching out and sharing the information, sharing your love, sharing your support. Thanks very much. All right, so you know, some people are saying they're not complaining, they're just making me aware. And making me aware of the situation is why I have to be, the only way the situation can rectify is if I get the device. Right? So the only way the situation can be fixed is if I get the laptop. Right? So So have a good one, Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, those of you who are looking and listening to me on YouTube and on Facebook. Thanks again for the love, the support, and look out for a message on YouTube and on Facebook to know what's going on for the program tomorrow. All right? God bless. Bye-bye.